Just give this 1 second. Okay, let's start. Let's start standing, breathing, filling up, bringing in the good new air. Oh, and I'm touching the streamers on top. And exhale, let it go. Inhale, open, lift, reach out and up. Exhale, big exhale, let it go. Maybe a little shake, just bouncing your body around, letting go. Inviting any sort of stuck energy, any blocked flow to release. And let's change our breathing. So let's inhale up and then exhale. Stronger exhale to push out and down. Inhale, floating up with lightness. Exhale, pushing down with strength, as if you're pushing 2 big empty jugs underwater. Inhale, open, exhale. Inhale, open, exhale. Grounding your energy, filling up with lightness, and then coming down with some strength and groundedness, connecting to the earth. Inhale, filling up, exhale, connecting down. One more like that. Inhale, reach and open, exhale, take it down. Rubbing your hands together, feet wide, knees slightly bent, tail not tucked, but just lengthening down. So we're maybe elongating our spine. And we're going to take the right hand up and the left hand down, just connecting heaven and earth, imagining yourself as the sort of pathway or the spectrum itself of groundedness and heavenly nature. So feeling the lightness or the beauty of the sky and the wonder of what's up, and then the earthiness and the groundedness and the foundation of what's below. Just connecting into that, both things in your body. And then coming back in, touching your fingertips together and pressing in the other direction, left hand up, right hand down. Feeling yourself there in the center and feeling into your body, just noticing what you notice, breathing into it. And then come back. And again, right hand up, left hand down, connecting heaven and earth. Being right there in the middle. And bring it together. And again, pressing up, relating to gravity, allowing ourselves to feel the earth underneath us through the gravitational pull and the fluids in our body, the fibers in our body, the density in our body. And come back in and just shake it out, let it go. Rubbing your hands together again. Let's do the lymph flush. I feel like this is flu season and my body's certainly feeling it. So right hand to this upper clavicle subclavian vein where the lymphatic fluid is returning back into your heart to filter out, right? So it is returning into the bloodstream. And this is the main gateway, subclavian vein underneath your clavicle. So let's actually move that part of our body forward and backward as we're rubbing it, moving it forward and backward. So we're getting movement on the top and the bottom. Then we're going to lift and lower, lift and lower, lift and lower, and change it to the other side. Just start with the rubbing. If you feel tender in there at all, be very gentle with yourself. If you feel like there is some inflammation, we're just inviting the inflammation to move through our body, right? A lot of times lymph, if it's stuck somewhere, it's going to be like a little bit of inflammation. So we want to invite it to move. And then we'll do the forward backward with our shoulder, with our arm, letting that move underneath as we're rubbing on top. And then lifting your shoulder up and dropping it down, lifting it up, dropping it down. Let it go. Shake it out, coming to the angle of the jaw on both sides, one on each side. While you're in the jaw, let's move your tongue around a little bit. So you can stick your tongue out, you can squish up your face. Feeling like if I move my tongue, if I make faces, I can feel how that changes all of this stuff in my neck, all the muscles, all the tendons, everything's moving around. So if I'm like, you can see how much movement there is in there. So we want to get that happening. Squish up your face, move it around, get all that, those glial cells, waste, cellular waste of the glial cells coming out in the glymph, the glial lymph, right? So that's all the brain waste clearing out. A lot of it is coming down through these pathways. So giving it space to come down and then just drawing it down along your sternocleidomastoid from the angle behind your jaw and under your ear and down into your collarbone, just drawing it down on one side, drawing it down on the other. And we're going to go into the face and right in just above your nose, right there, little circles. Again, squish it up inside of your head, inside of your sinuses, having a chance to move and coming down, and also these lymph nodes. I recommend that you look at something like, we have the Google a wonderful place to research and just look what the lymphatic system looks like and see where you'll see, oh yeah, we rub those places. Shake it out. I'm gonna blow my nose. All that rubbing is getting movement inside my sinuses. 10 little dragons running through the forest, moving your skin on over your cranium, right? So getting this movement and also just scratching in should feel good. And then we're going to come back down and right hand to your left armpit pec, right in here, lots of lymph in there. Again, you can move your arm as well as massage in. So the movement's coming from inside your body as well as from outside. The surface and deep, profound areas so that we're massaging those lymph nodes. Same thing on the other side. And again, if it's tender, if things are hurting, be very gentle. You don't want to shove it into your body. You don't want to force it in. You want to encourage and allow. And we all have sort of different energetic relationships with movement and intensity, right? Some people can barely touch them. And other people are like, get in there, you're hardly touching me, right? So we all have a different place in there. And maybe there's a little spectrum within ourselves. Like sometimes I'm more tender. Most of the time I'm pretty rough and tumble. So like, I want to, get in there. At the same time, I don't want to bash it in. So work with your body in a way that feels good and supportive, not forcing and shoving. All right, let's just do this pull. So here's my, I'm going to pull my shirt up so you can see. Here's the bottom of my rib cage, my xiphoid process. I'm just going to take my fingers and pull along the bottom of my ribs. So my liver is getting some movement from my rib cage, just pulling in and down. My fingers are kind of going in there and dragging in. I'm going to do it on one side and then the other. And then the other side, same thing. And if you feel like things are really jammy or stuck, or you come across any places where it pops you out, that might be a place where your fascia is really holding on. All right, the next place, right in the middle there's my xiphoid process, belly button, right in the middle. That is my cisterna chyli. It's deep in my body. It's profound to the surface. It's in there. Just gonna pump it in. This is where you can see any kind of deep diaphragmatic breathing is going to be affecting that cisterna chyli. It's the biggest lymph node in our body. So let's let go of that for a second and just do some, if you've ever done Kapalabhati, it's a big sniff through your nose. You're huffing and puffing. Try, like almost like you're squeezing in and up every time. So we're doing it not for a yogic, like we're not doing our yoga practice so much, but we're doing our lymphatic practice. So we're getting that to just pump the lymph. Next location, front of the inguinal fold. And if you do any kind of breath practices, that deep diaphragmatic breathing is really going to be toning our organs and squishing the lymph around, moving the lymph. Diaphragmatic breathing and movement, move lymph. Coming behind the eye of the knee. So yeah, deep diaphragmatic breathing. And let's just go down to the ankles. You can do this with bent knees. Just give your ankles sort of a rub around the front and the back. And then same thing in our elbow on one side, squishing around. And then down to your wrist. And then the same thing on the other side. We're doing a full-on thing today. I wasn't planning on doing it, but you know what? My body needs it. Like I have to do this stuff more than once a day just to keep clearing. The fall tends to be a hard time on my body. Other people love it, but like the change of seasons and I don't know, whatever's in the air, I'm like, oh, and the amount of work that I'm doing, right? We also get back into working more in the fall. All right, let's spiral, twisting and looking around behind you. So my sleep has not been as good. Like normally I'm going to sleep by like 10:30, 11 o'clock. Then I'm up somewhere between 7 and 8. But right now I'm working on a show and I'm not getting home until 11:30, which means I'm not going to sleep until like 12:15, 12:30. And I'm still getting up sometime between 7 and 8 most of the time. And there's been construction here for this like overlapping. So it starts early. So, you know, life is happening. I'm trying to get a nap in or at least like a meditation rest for at least 20 or 30 minutes in the afternoon, but it doesn't always happen. All right, let's circle the shoulders. Yeah, so life is happening to us, which is also affecting how things are working in our systems. Or are we happening to life? It's all happening together. Change direction, up and over, circles, whole system moving. Let's take our hands on our shoulders, big circles, so that humerus, upper arm bone in that ball and socket joint of your rotator cuff is getting nice big movement, change direction, nice big round movement. Ball and socket joints love round movement. Greasing at the whole inside of that joint, trying to touch your elbows together and open wide in the back. Good. And then we're going to open the hands and you're just going to internally rotate and round, externally rotate and arch. So just a little baby arch and curl. Exhale down, inhale, open. Exhale, soften and melt, inhale, open. So we're moving our whole spine in this forward, backward, cat-cow way. Doesn't have to be extreme. It can just be a little bit, just encouraging the movement of the cerebrospinal fluid in our spinal cord, right? All that twisting also is working with that. All right, let's do a quick set of weights. I am going to grab, if you don't have weights, grab a can or 2 cans, a toucan. Grab 2 cans out of the pantry or whatever you got, or 2 books that seem kind of even. You can change them back and forth, something that's going to give you a little bit of weightedness. I have 2 sets of 3-pound weights, so I have 6 pounds in my hands. We're going to plie, stretch, press up, come down, bend your knees, stretch, push through your feet. Ooh, I've got touching the balloons on top. I may give you the upstairs view, the balloon view at some point so you can see the decorations on the ceiling. Press it up, down, bend your knees, up, through the ceiling, down, bend your knees. Press, lower, bend, straighten, press, lower, bend, straighten, press. My hands are just they're in the sort of frontal plane of my body. So like, or in line with the front of my body. So my hands aren't going behind me on top. If they do, it's going to throw me back, right? Just slightly forward and up. 4 more. 3, 2, last one. Good. Let's bend your knees, arch your back, stick out your butt. Flies. 1, 2, yeah, take it deep, stick out your butt, arching your back. 3, 4, chest opening. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2 more, 11, 12. Good. Come back in. We're going to turn out our feet. So go parallel, turn it out. Parallel, turn it out. Turn it in, turn it out. turn it in, turn it out. Wherever your turnout is there, that's what we're going to use. Bending your knees, straightening, press up, come down. Knees over the toes, stretch, press up, come down. A little bit of turnout. Press up, down, plie. Stretch, up, down, plie. Stretch, up, down, plie. Stretch. Straight legs as you go up and down, plie. Stretch. I'm using my rotators. I am externally rotating my legs. Think of the spiral from your foot all the way up into your hips. 4 more. 1. Knees over your toes. 2. 3. Woo! Losing my balance. And 4. Circles with your shoulders. Oh my God, we're getting exercise. At least I am. Change direction. It's really good to work with weights sometimes. We're gonna do a short set of flies. 1 more set of flies. Let's go for 8. Going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, we'll go for 10. 8, keep going, get deeper. Stick out your butt. 9, working your back. 10, and come up. Let's get rid of the weights. And I am going to give you, hopefully it won't ruin the camera, but the ceiling view of the balloons and the decorations. And then we'll take it down to the floor. Halloween pretty much is my favorite thing. Let's get dressed up and wear costumes. That's why I'm in dance and theater, right? Putting on costumes, getting dressed up, doing different stuff. Oh, relax into the floor. Take a second to let your body weight drop. Feeling your heartbeat, feeling your pulse, feeling the breath wave, rise and fall of the breath. And then let's knee drop from side to side. So easy knee drops. Yeah, and since I'm choreographing, I'm actually choreographing at 2 different colleges. And so sometimes I get there and we have enough time to do a good warm up and everything happens. But sometimes we have a really short period of time and it's like, we got to get to work. So yeah, I am not feeling at my absolute best physically because of some of the choreography that I've been doing. If I'd had a really good warm up, no problem. But starting kind of cold and then just jumping into it without having taken my class prior is brutal. All right, let's come in. And often that's one reason when I teach these classes, and then I go, I'm like, I'm fine. As long as I did one of these in the day, no problem. But if my body hasn't had that kind of loosening up, waking up, and I'm doing choreography, it's like, oh, so my hamstrings are kind of not happy with me today. Let's take our hands down by our sides. So we're going to work a little bit more hamstringy today to strengthen, get the blood flowing through and stretch. Press your pelvis up, circles with your hips. Letting your spine mobilize here. Letting, again, that diaphragm is mobilizing in there. The muscle of the diaphragm. Moving around. And change direction, go the other way. Come into center, walk your hands closer together, interlace your fingers if you can, walk your shoulders close together. From here, you're going to inhale, knees open, exhale, knees closed. Inhale, open, exhale, close, spiraling, open, spiraling, close. So the tissue in your thighs, all around your whole leg, is getting this very 3-dimensional work, right? As we're moving with this internal and external rotation, demanding different movement from the tissue, also from the hip socket and the glutes from the lower back. We're not trying to squeeze the hell out of anything, just working as much as you need to work. Come in, we're going to lift the heels and lower. 1, 2, heels up and heels down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then flexing. 1, 2, just the foot flexing out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And release your hands, open your shoulders, roll it all the way down to the floor. Coming all the way in. Before we do happy baby, we're going to roll from side to side. So pick up your knees and just pick up your feet, roll from one side to the other, letting the weight of your body pour itself across the floor. So the fluid in your body is dropping down, massaging the inner body as you're rolling from side to side. So this kind of roll, we want to take out the tension and let it be as easy as possible. So what I'm doing is I'm opening my elbow and knee until it rolls me onto my back, and then I'm closing the other one as effortless as possible, massaging, melting, letting go. Soft, easy, relaxed. Last one. Let's go all the way and then come back. Oh, yeah. And I can actually feel that in my collarbones as I'm getting that massage from side to side, like the front of my body being able to kind of soften in. And now we'll go for the happy baby pose. So legs up, grab on, however you want to grab, play around in your baby. So yeah, for me, it is my right hamstring that is sore. And I was thinking that it was from kicking my leg up, but now I'm realizing it wasn't. It was from a big lunge that I did, coming down on that leg in a lunge on the diagonal. So I think that's what made it sore, because I don't actually feel like I didn't tear anything. That muscle just did more work than the other side. Circles with your feet. So it's interesting to try to work your way back and see, oh, when did that happen? Change direction. What did I do? And I'm like, oh yeah, I know exactly what I did. All right, let's come in, hands on your knees, just big, easy circles. This is really to release your lower back. If there's any kind of stuckness in your hip socket, inviting the movement to create a situation where there's enough fluidity, so like hydration in the joint, synovial fluid in the joint, and movement. And ideally, if there's any kind of blockedness in there, letting your body reabsorb that, change direction. This might just be an imagination exercise, but imagine if you have like any kind of little nubbiness happening in the joint, any kind of like little bone spur things, or any labral tears, anything where your body needs to heal. You're just giving it an environment where you are supporting the joint, and maybe it can heal on its own, right? Maybe you can give it enough support that it can go, oh, this is what I need to do. Take your legs up, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, let it go. And let's do a little bit more hamstring stuff. You're going to slide your feet out so they're further away from you. Flex your feet, and in that position, press up, and you're going to push pull with your feet. So I'm pulling on the diagonal like that, pulling and pushing with my hamstrings. Feet are knees are parallel, back of the body firing up. And I'm going to drop the foot to the floor and push pull again. So for me, when my foot is down, it's much more work than when I'm in that flexed position. This is a lot more work for my hamstrings. Flex it up one more time. If you need to come down, if you're cramping, come down anytime. Flexed foot, push, pull, and then foot down, push, pull. Good, and relax all the way down. Relax your legs, shake them out, shake your butt, free up your spine, internal free flow movement, letting go, jostling up, and then taking your legs up, giving them a shake. And let's go with one leg in and one leg out. I'm going to let that leg go all the way down and really lengthen through the, oh no, my earbuds are dying. Lengthen through the front of my hip. And then I'm going to change it to the other one. I'll change these out in just a second. Changing back and forth, getting your stretch. So hang out there, get a stretch. Let me change to a different set of ear of things. Turn these ones off. Great. So hopefully you can hear me now. Now we can do a direct check of which ones sound better. And let's just change the exercise. So instead of the hamstring stretch, we're going to change it to a bent knee, elbow to knee, crossing in, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, reach 14, long like 15, bottom like really straightening, 17, 18, 19, 20. Come in, relax, particularly relax up here. Chest, lungs, neck, and head, free up your spine, wiggle it out. Taking your legs up, hands, palms down on the floor, big spiral. Turning your head away from your legs. Massaging through your back as you roll across it. If you want to extend your legs here, go for it. Last one. And come in. Oh, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Give your tummy a little bit of a bang, right? So you're just rippling energy, or like if you were tapping on water, imagine that. So you're sending these little ripples through your body, and see how deep into your body you can feel it. I think most people tend to hold tension in their guts and in their butts, right? So let go of some of that tension, invite it to melt. Right? Tension, holding tension in an area does not make it stronger. It decreases its capacity to flow and to be sensitive, and meaning sensing what's going on, not sensitive like, oh, it's too much, right? We hold because it's too much. We're shutting things down. So we want to bring it back online so our guts can actually be healthy. And same with our glutes and our hips. Like if our glutes are always pulling, or our piriformis is pulling, that is going to be hard on your lower back, your hips, sciatica coming down, the nerves coming through that area are going to be not happy. So we want to have a system where we aren't holding maximum tension very often. All right, let's take one leg up, the other leg out. We're going to do 3 changes. 1, 2, 3, and then circle, flex feet out and around. Change into the other side. 1, 2, 3, flex and circle. Point 1, 2, 3, flex, circle it out. 1, 2, 3, flex. 1, 2, 3, flex. 1, 2, 3, flex. Last one. 1, 2, 3, flex and open. Fold it in. Internally rotate one leg at a time, spiraling in. Releasing your lower back, letting go. You can turn your head away from your leg if you want. Really internally rotating. Again, letting that tissue get that movement, which is going to make your whole system, fascia, nervous system, bones, healthier. When we have this more 3-dimensional movement, we are giving the tissue a chance to have more capacity, really. All right, let's roll back and forth. It's not that we want to go for like maximum hypermobility or anything. We just want to have a little bit of movement in different directions, different planes. a little bit of demand. We also want to be switching up the developmental patterns so that we're working with an upper versus lower pattern, a right versus left pattern, and then a contralateral pattern, or anything where it's just cycling around through that patterning. Very good for your nervous system. You're giving those nerves a chance to move through your fascia in these different ways. Or move with your fascia. Sometimes there's a little bit of gliding, but mostly it's probably moving together. Let's curl our toes under, stick out your butt, arch and open. I'm pulling back a little, and then I'm going to go over the top, push and round. Curling toes under, arch, stick out your butt, open your chest. Tops of the feet to the floor, curl and round. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. Inhale, arch. Exhale, curl. Peapod's joining in. Not the same movement, but showing you her tail, which is very small. She is a Manx cat. So if you look at my cat and you feel worried, nobody cut off her tail. She was born that way. All right, let's go with the, yeah, she's a really sweet little one. She's a little odd, but really nice. Circles with the right arm, circling back, 3 circles back, opening your chest and lungs, and then 3 circles forward. Let this spiral into your torso. So opening up, taking it down, opening it up, taking it down. And then change it to the other side, big circle, left side, circling back. And then circling forward. Yeah. And just so you know, she's not like, I didn't try to get a Manx. She's a rescue kitty. All of the cats are rescue kitties. They're really sweet. There's a really good rescue here up in upstate New York. Okay, hands are wide, chest to the floor, circling, rib cage, lungs, and heart. And change direction. Good, and let's take it to our forearm plank. Reaching your legs out behind you, pushing forward and backward, head forward, heels back. And then 1 knee to the floor at a time, parallel, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Twisting underneath 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Take it down, drop it into the floor, relax your spine, wiggle out, let that massage out your quads, free up your spine, free up your head tail connection, bend your knees, let your legs fall from side to side, relaxing your feet, relaxing your quads, relaxing your lower back, breathing into it. And then tops of the feet on the floor, open your arms out, easy circles. Then change your arms so your hands are palms forward towards your head, and then palms back towards your feet. Palms turning forward to your head, palms turning back. Take your hands next to your chest, arch all the way up. Inhale, open. Exhale, down. Inhale, lift and open. Exhale, down. Inhale, lengthening inner body, opening up, and release. The next one, you're going to go up. If you want to bend your knees, go for it. One more time like that, bent knees or not. And take it back into a child's pose. Let your head drop down, wiggle around, free up your spine. Relax your shoulders. Relax your lungs. They're going to breathe anyway. Relax your heart. Lungs massaging your heart as you breathe. Heart massaging your lungs as it beats. So there's this internal movement, this internal relationship. And let's come onto our sides. Let's do a side plank. Let's do it this way. So it's going to be not exactly a side plank. Bottom knee is bent. You're on your elbow. You're going to arch back, curl it in. Arch it open, curl it in. 3, 4, 5. Really reaching into the back space. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bring it down. Pick up your legs, swoop it around to the other side. Coming up on the other side. Knee is down, elbows down, reach into the back space, exhale, closed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Onto your butt. Let's open up into a straddle. Circles with your torso. So circling yourself over your pelvis. All this movement in your torso, in your spine, in your organs. Change direction, other way. Breathing into it. And then taking your hands behind your head, taking it down. Reach out the arms and inhale, open. Hands behind your head, elbow behind your knee. Reach, open it up. Hands behind your head. Take it down. Reach it out and open. I'm really actively reaching through my legs with flexed feet. Open it up. Hands behind your head. Down, reach, open, head. Down, reach, open. If you're less flexible and your legs are here, that's fine. Work with what you've got, no problem. And if you need to bend your knees a little bit, bend your knees a little bit, just throwing that out there. We're going to lean back, massage out your glutes, taking your weight back, curling your spine a little bit. So if I really round into it, I can get the, the high part of my hips, upper like glute minimus, all that stuff that's high up in there. And then if I stay on one butt cheek and just kind of move around, I'm getting the tissue inside there to free up a little bit. Switch it to the other side if you need to, or just keep rolling back and forth. Work with what you feel is working for you. Hey, buddy. She's funny. Most of the time she's like pretty independent, but sometimes she needs a lot of attention. And she's kind of fearless. One of the cat bullies her, other cats, but she doesn't even care. She doesn't like take it in. You can see she's not traumatized by it. She's not scared of him at all. Anyway, it's not the white kitty, it's Gaylord. Gaylord turns into a bully sometimes. Well, I feel like he gets annoyed. He doesn't have as much patience for them. He's the old man of the group. Take it down to your elbows and your knees, one leg out behind you, kicking the ceiling, going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Switch it to the other leg. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's come up onto hands and knees. One leg out to the side, right out to your side. Move your upper body slightly over to the other side, up and down, going 1, 2, just 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Take it down to your back. Crossing your ankle over your knee, you're just going to let your legs fall really relaxed. Inner body melting, letting go of tension. Just falling from side to side. And then you can pick it up, draw it in towards you. If you want to straighten the bottom leg, go for it. Breathe. Listening into your own body. And then release it, switch it to the other side so it's ankle over your knee, letting the legs just fall from side to side. Nice, easy spiral in your spine. Oh, kitty, please don't do that. Bringing it in and take it in towards you. Whatever version you need to do. And release. Let it go. And let's roll one more time. So rolling back and forth. If you want to take it all the way up to your feet, you can, or into a shoulder stand or like a plow, go for it. And then let's flip it over and we're going to do a push-up and a knee drop or a push-up and a knee lift. So here are the two options. This cat is like really into it today. She's normally not that participatory. So either this push-up, knee drop, or knees on the floor, push-up, knee lift. Choose your poison. I'm going now to do the easier one. So off you go. Go for a set of 10. I'm doing pec push-ups with my elbows going out to the side, more than tricep push-ups. And that is it for me. I had my extra ones at the beginning. All right. Coming in, we're going to end it with our hip stretches done. And we're just going to inhale, open, stretch out and up. Exhale, shake it out, shake it out, shake it out, letting go of anything you need to let go of. Inhale, open. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Inhale, fill up. Exhale, little bounce. Actually jump if that feels okay in your body. Springing like a spring, rebounding from the earth. If you watch this regularly and you are taking my classes and getting this far, consider supporting me or just watching a lot, letting it run on your computer. I need to build my hours to even be able to get a professional account on this. So yeah, I don't make anything from YouTube, just to let you know. Mostly I move because I need to move. Anyway, so consider joining a class in actuality or becoming a donor or making a one-time donation. I have all the things, so that would be fabulous. And that's it. I hope you have an excellent day and do all the things, like and subscribe.